Welcome guys to a new Let's Play for the channel, one that's been heavily recommended to me by you guys a long time back, Okami HD. Only recently came out the HD version on the PS3 for download, and I'm going to be taking or tackling it blind. So I've only played I have played a tiny bit of this, just the introduction to see how long the intro is, and this may end up as just an introductory episode. So to say, let's get in there and explore the story, eh?
Okami.
Find out what it's all about. Long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet burg was honoured as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on necks the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village, and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. One villager took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's cave in place of his beloved. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home, as Nagi stood bravely before the entrance. A beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 threshing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel. Blade left nary a scratch. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Bearing its fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt toward Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying heads, readying its fangs for battle. 2 beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened claws glistening, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow, but Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above glinted off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taken shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary, channeling all his strength into his scarred and battered arms. He leapt ferociously toward Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark. Then closed his eyes and drifted off as if into slumber. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki Village. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukiyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. However, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukiyomi? The sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds, speak the words, I wish darkness unto the world. Utter that prayer unto me, and unleash my power. horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki Village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here the real story begins. Wood sprite Sakuya! How troublesome! This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom! What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly! There is no time to lose! My power has diminished over the years. I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Amaterasu! Now is the time! We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Okami Amaterasu. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. How delightful to see that the savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demons so many years ago has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. Huh. Amaterasu, gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon, but never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. Huh? What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? Whoa! Whew! What on earth? You again? Ow! Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more, interesting. That's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug? I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm a wandering artist. The name's Issen. Wandering artist Issen. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush, I'm sure. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? What's with you, Furball? You look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, you look kinda familiar. Got it! You look just like that statue of Shiranui. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with the great Issen. Don't make me use my prize sword Denkomaru against you. What's that growling sound? Why is it so dark anyway? Oh, great god Amaterasu! I've used all the power I have to protect Kamiki Village. The village lives on. My spirits lie encased in my fruit. Cut it free, and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world. The trees returned to normal, huh? That Sakuya girl sure said some weird stuff. The villagers' spirits are being kept inside the fruit. That's the fruit. That girl said that if you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're gonna reach it. This darkness is really getting to me too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap, I'm sure it can. Finally we have control of the camera and it seems, or maybe not, judging by the X, what can we do? X is massive jumping and leaves. Square is charge. Triangle is digging. We can dig bigger holes over time, okay. Circle barks. What else do we have here? We have a map. Examine button, okay. That fruit sure is growing in a high place. The only way we're gonna reach that is with some kind of special power. I'm sure we are, Mr. Slow Talker. To be honest, there's nothing we can do at the moment, so we step forward. Where are we? It got awfully quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in the village. Well, we better keep our eyes peeled. You can use the right stick to look around. The L1 button changes your point of view. Boy, you really look so helpless. You sure you're gonna be okay? I'm sure I'm gonna be fine. As long as we look around and have a nice view. Let's change our point of view to a bit more of a open one, I guess. Would not be a bad idea. A bit further away is good by me. Right, let's move forward. Hold on. That's an origin mirror. They say once your reflection appears on its surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. Well, to put it shortly, you can save your progress here. Let me give you a little advice. You should save a number of game files. That way, you could always go back if you get stuck or something. Gotta be prepared, especially while you're still learning the ropes. Sure thing, but a Let's Player knows to save multiple files based on if their videos fail, the capture fails, or anything like that. Look at all those pots just waiting to be broken. Yes, because that's all pots exist for in any game. If you bust them, there might be something good inside. Press the square button to bust them with your head. Sure thing. Way to go, my furry friend. You can do that anytime you see something you can break. Sure thing. Where's the things that are good inside? Do-do-do-do-do. Money! Yen, in fact. Well, I guess I should smash them all and save up as much as I can. So 130 at the moment. Let's keep going, eh? Ooh, I'm wondering what that sparkly stuff was for. Whoa, whoa, hold on there, Furball. Get a load of that. That chest looks mighty tempting. Let's go check it out. Getting up that high ought to be a piece of cake. Press the X button to jump. Then press the X button again to do a wall jump. But make sure you press it firmly so you jump really high. Sure thing. I knew you could do it. No problem. They say good luck is found in high places. So keep your eyes peeled. We don't want to miss any treasure. It is kind of true that looking up is never a bad thing, mainly because it's a human's blind spot. It's amazing if you go somewhere up on high. Oh, more jars. That people will never look up, and if you're above them looking at them, they'll never notice you. It's really weird as well. Let's break open that chest. People are unobservant. Well, they don't expect anything to happen. You obtain holy bonus. Amaterasu's favorite snack. Restores 3 units of solar energy, whatever that actually is. We got a horse we can bust here, maybe. Poor horsey. Little low with many goodies to find there. We're just messing with this tree mostly. Looks like the bridge is out. This shouldn't be so hard. Amaterasu, was it? That's kinda long. Mind if I call you Ami? Listen, Ami. Ever heard of the spirits of the brush? Good. Brushwork has its own soul. At least that's what they say. Just watch. It'd take all day to explain. Picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Nice, huh? Just a little technique I've mastered called rejuvenation. It's one of many brush techniques that use divine power. It's a brush god power that can restore broken or missing things. I've practiced really hard just to master this one technique. But there are 13! Each one is a power of one of the 13 brush gods. Originally, all 13 were a single powerful deity. When the deity died, its power was split into 13 separate gods. The gods now dwell within objects all around us, but god or no god, how could anyone have the power to master all 13? Sounds like a challenge. Well, a little hero here, but I'm going to end the episode here. This has been the introduction to Okami. I hope you join me for more of the Let's Play in future. Subscribe to the show when it actually gets verified and all that. And I'll see you guys around for more every day. Join me then. Bye-bye.